Hello everyone, welcome to Happy Learning Tutorials. Today we are going to learn what is SQL performance tuning best practices. So what are these best practices as we all, being data analysts, data engineers, data scientists, have to work on the SQL query performance analysis and tuning and fine tuning those queries. So it's very essential to know the best practices which we have in place to make the work easier. So number one, avoid select distinct. Why I'm saying this, because if you use the distinct clause, it is going to give you all the unique values without any problem, but then at the same time it is going to take more time and result scan the entire data set to fetch those unique values, which is resource intensive and exceeds query execution time. Okay, so for this particular example, if you see this, I've used a distinct clause for the payments and it took around 219 seconds here clearly, right? And the same, if I used without the distinct clause, select star from public, then it took less time than this one. So for query execution time, this is a demo, and for better query performance, we should avoid the distinct. Number two, use where clause instead of having. So when do we use where? When do we use having? So we use the where clause in our simple queries to filter the data, to segregate the data, to get the data set as per our requirements. But then we use the having clause whenever we need to use it on the aggregated level, right? Having is always used with a group by clause, right? So whenever we have aggregated data, we use having, and whenever we have no joins and simple data without any aggregations, basically we use where clause. So where clause gives quite good results and fetches the results faster as compared to group wise. So if you see here, I have just used the where clause where I've given the name of as animation, a particular value, and it resulted in a faster query execution than using the group by, because I'm applying I'm specifying a data set on group, right? I'm grouping that data. So it will take more time in query execution and runs in slower performance. Next, specify fields in the select clause. So instead of using select star, always try to use select specific column names which you need for your table, because it is going to improve your query performance and return results faster as compared to returning select star for all the columns. So if you see it here in this example, it took 212 seconds for selecting the entire data set here, which were around 1000 rows, right? And when I used the specific columns, it only took 95 seconds, right? 195 seconds. So you can see the difference here. Next is order of arithmetic operators. So the order of the arithmetic operators should always be greater than, equal to, less than, equal to, like, and not equal to. So if you see, this is an example. Next, control result row set. Always try to limit the data set. Don't query on the entire data set. So how can you limit them? You can limit them using specific keywords. For example, you can use offset, you can use top clause. So top is not working everywhere, but then in specific data sets and data in databases it works. Limit and offset works everywhere, right? So you can limit your data as per your requirement if you are just performing the data analysis to get the query results faster and with faster performance as well. Number six, use between clause instead of in. Okay, so why do we say in and why do we use between? So between is going to fetch the results only for your specified, time, only those particular values which you have specified in the between clause. But in clause, it is going to take more than one value as well, right? So it is going to fetch for the first value first, and then it is going to go for the next value which we have specified in the in clause. So if you clearly see it here, it is for the same data set. I only have the results for 2006. I don't have results for 2001, 2004. Okay, so for 2006 only, if I use the between clause, I got the results within 176 seconds, whereas if while using in, I got the results in 224 seconds. A huge difference, right? So always try to use that. Next, utilize indexes effectively. So just check for your query performance whether you are facing the slow performance because of the index issue or not. Go to the query execution plan and check whether your query is properly indexed or not, whether it is using the index columns or not. The cluster index and the non-cluster index columns are defined properly or not. Okay, next is optimize like operator. So the usage of the like operator with the postfix, wildcard. Okay, it is recommended to be used as a postfix instead of a prefix. You can see the difference. We got the query results faster within 94 seconds, and while using it as a prefix, it delayed the results, and for the same results, we got it in 102 seconds. Next is apply filters for the better performance. For better query execution, you should always filter your data, right? Instead of going for the entire data set, filter your data using where clause, using